What happens when a father's grief makes him question literally everything he thought he knew? Let's dive into I Will Find You. Hey, it's Emma, and I'm in a sleuthing mood today. Like, give me the red string and a corkboard, because the receipts on this one are messy in the best way. So, I Will Find You is a Netflix crime drama miniseries adapted from Harlan Coben's novel from 2023. Harlan Coben is that thriller author known for twisty, missing person plots. And here, he co-creates and executive produces to keep the book's DNA intact. The setup is brutal. David Burrows, a former law professor, is serving life for the murder of his young son. 5 years in, his ex-sister-in-law, Rachel Mills, shows up with a photo and a theory. The kid might be alive. Cue the jailbreak of hope. It is set in the Boston world, the Boston Globe, Boston Police, Quincy College, and the FBI's Boston Field Office. That Boston vibe matters because law enforcement turf, media pressure, and old-school loyalties are basically characters in this show. Quick personal detour because this is very me. Years ago, I lost this tiny gold signet ring I got from my grandmother. I was devastated. Ugly crying on the floor, calling it an heirloom-level tragedy. And weeks went by before I kind of moved on. One morning, I'm making coffee, and I hear this tink. The ring slides out from the lip under my counter. It had been stuck there the whole time, hidden in plain sight. I felt crazy, relieved, and also a little played by my own kitchen. The reason I bring this up is that the show lives in that exact feeling. You think the truth is gone forever, and then a clue drops from a place you stare at every day. Suddenly, what you thought you knew becomes a funhouse mirror. You trust nothing. You recheck everything. And honestly, that sensation fuels the entire binge. Let's lay the basics. A miniseries is a closed story told in a limited batch of episodes. Here it is, 8 parts, tightly wound, no season 2 fishing. Think treasure hunt. Each episode is a new clue and a new suspect. By episode 8, you better have the treasure or we riot. The path to screen is clean. The book hits in 2023, Netflix snaps it up, casting news drops in spring 2025. Filming runs through that summer, mostly in Ontario, with Kingston Penitentiary and Toronto playing dress-up as Massachusetts. They even snagged a quick New York unit late summer 2025. It finally drops in June 2026, perfect for a messy weekend binge. Important people roll call. Harlan Coben, again, is the novelist turned executive producer here, which means he gets to guard the secret sauce. Then there is Robert Hull, the showrunner. A showrunner is basically the captain of the writer's room, and the person who keeps the tone and pacing coherent day to day. Hull keeps the series sharp on corruption and family stakes, so every twist hits both the head and the gut. Now the cast. Sam Worthington plays David Burrows, wrongly convicted dad, haunted but stubborn as hell. Britt Lower is Rachel Mills, the ex-sister-in-law and former Boston Globe journalist turned Quincy College lecturer. She is the spark plug, the one who says, "Wait, that kid in this photo looks like Matthew." Erin Richards plays Cheryl Dreesen, David's ex-wife. She is a pediatric surgeon trying to build a new life, which is very complicated, obviously. Jonathan Tucker is Adam McKenzie, Boston police sergeant and David's best friend. The conflict of interest is a total vibe because Adam's dad, played by Peter Outerbridge, runs Briggs Penitentiary as the warden. A warden is the boss of the prison, so yes, your best friend's dad oversees your cell. Cozy. What could go wrong? On the federal side, Logan Browning plays Sarah Greer at the FBI Boston Fugitive Task Force, and Chi McBride is her father, Max Williams, who leads that same unit. A father-daughter chain of command inside the bureau. Spicy for office politics. Add Madeline Stowe as Gertrude Payne, a wealthy heiress with a secret who has reach. Think doors open when she whispers. Clancy Brown pops as Nikki Fisher, semi-retired mobster with receipts the family does not want aired. Greg Brick is Stefano Stavros, a Boston detective who acts like Gertrude's private muscle, which is exactly the corruption cocktail we hate to love on screen. Then there's There's Tara Rosling as Hildy Winslow, also known as Harriet Winchester. That alias helped lock David up. When a key witness rolls with two names, you should be side-eyeing the entire prosecution case. Just saying. The big burning question. Is David's son Matthew actually alive and living as Theo Payne? This is not even subtle. The child actor is credited under both names. The show wants you asking how, not if. My take on plausibility. Could a kid get re-identified? It's hard, but with the right ingredients, yeah. You have a fertility doctor in the mix, played by Jefferson Brown as Jacob Heller. That hints at record tampering or DNA smokescreens. You have a Swiss Federal Office of Police detective, Tom Morton as Daniel Mueller. That screams money trails or overseas documents. Layer in a powerful family like the Paynes and a cop like Stavros on call, and you have the pressure and access to move a child through medical, legal, and social systems. In real life, it leaves breadcrumbs. Paperwork is a snitch. School immunization records, pediatric files, old photos, and now DNA. So I buy the mechanics if the conspiracy is resourced and motivated. But it'll never be perfectly clean. There are always receipts. The show's fun is watching Rachel and David go dig them up. Also, if Hilda Winslow's alias testimony falls apart, that's a Jenga piece. Pull it, and the wrongful conviction tower wobbles fast. Culturally, this lands inside our current love affair with wrongful conviction thrillers and man-on-the-run stories. It is also the first time Netflix adapted a Harlan Coben book into a US setting, not Europe, which changes the flavor. You feel Boston media, cops, feds, and old money cutting deals in back rooms. As for the reaction, critics were split. Rotten Tomatoes sat just over 60%, Metacritic mid-50s. Translation? People were into the pace and the performances, but some rolled their eyes at plausibility. I get it. Still, the social stakes are juicy. Wealth steering justice, cops moonlighting for elites, and a family forced to decide who they are when the truth is ugly. The production tea. Kingston Penitentiary is decommissioned, cinematic, and a whole vibe as Briggs. And the New York unit nails those landmark shots. It all blends surprisingly well. If you did not read the credits, you might never clock it. Next time, we'll dive into more thrilling mysteries, and maybe uncover an unexpected truth that's been living rent-free in our heads. So, that's the tea, folks. Sit with that for a sec, because I cannot wait to spill more next time. Later!